This show is part of the Head Stuff Podcast Network.
Look right down any crowded hall. You'll see there's a beauty standing. Is she really everywhere or a reflection? One always calls out to you, the other's shy and quiet. Could there be two different girls who look the same at Sweet Valley High? Sweet Valley High.
Welcome to Pi Beta Alpha, the podcast in which we explore the strange and terrifying world of Caitlin Ryan. It's a whole new world.
Oh my God, a new era. It's very exciting.
It's a whole new PBA.
It sure is.
You asked for her, you're getting her.
Whether you wanted her or not, she's here now.
Well, that's kind of her vibe. So
very true to the Caitlin spirit.
It is Caitlin, the much requested series. Many thanks again to listener Morgan for providing us both with a complete set of the Caitlin books and enabling us to do this because, yeah, I had a few of them. I don't think you had any, did you,
I didn't
Karen?
have any. No, none. So really, like, what in terms of being an enabler, yes, patron saint of PBA, I think, Morgan Nixon.
Oh my
It's your
God.
new title. Thank you so much.
The hero we needed. Don't know whether we deserve her, but I hope you're all listeners, all of you who've been hoping for us to do the Caitlin series, express your gratitude to Morgan because yes, she is our hero now. And yeah, the Caitlin books they're quite a ride. And literally.
Oh boy. Yeah. I mean, this is the thing. So they came out, this first one I think came out in 85.
Yeah.
So I went back and checked what like Sweet Valley Classics also came out in 85. So we're in the territory of like Love Letters, which was like Caroline Pierce and her fake boyfriend. Head Over Heels. That's Bruce and Regina getting together.
Oh, classics all.
Crash Landing. Like, need I say more?
Oh, my gateway drug. Yeah, and Caitlin Loving, for that is the first in the Love trilogy.
Yeah, so it's a series, it's 3 trilogies is like the entire Caitlin series. So yeah, we're starting off with the Love trilogy and yeah, it's called Loving. It's very repetitive as titles go.
Well, oh yeah, they're they're quite lazy, to be honest. Well, we'll get started, as is going to become our wont, with tagline and blurb. And Karen, can you share the tagline? It's very Sweet Valley.
I mean, so much of this is so Sweet Valley. So like it all feels like very familiar territory, even though this is a new series. But yes, our tagline for book 1, series 1, Caitlin won't wait for him to love her.
Sounds like a threat. Kind of is.
Yeah, truly. She's unnerving.
Oh, she is. I mean, she'd fit right in Sweet Valley, to be honest. But here is the blurb. Caitlin, beautiful, dazzling, charming, debatable, rich, and very, very clever. To everyone at her exclusive Virginia boarding school. Sorry, I said it was Vermont last week. I was wrong. East Coast State beginning with V. Anyway, I was halfway there. To everyone at her exclusive Virginia boarding school, she seems to have it all. But there is a secret need that haunts her life. A need for love. Only one boy can make her forget her cold home life. Can fulfill her need for love. Handsome, sensitive Jed Michaels. Jed, who was already given his heart to another girl.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Still, headstrong Caitlin is determined to win him for herself, one way or another. But then a tragedy occurs, a terrible event that has such far-reaching consequences that not even she can deal with them. Will Caitlin lose Jed forever, or can she find a way out of the horrible ordeal? Loving is the first in a series about the unforgettable raven-haired beauty, Caitlin. There's never been a heroine like her. Now, there have been quite a few heroines like her, going right back to Scarlett O'Hara, like, including our very own Jessica Wakefield. However, I'm not complaining.
No, oh God, not at all. But also more of an anti-heroine so far than a heroine, because the thing about Caitlin is she's a huge bitch.
But she's very pretty, as we could see on the cover. Well, on at least one of the covers. Can you describe cover number 1? Because this book went into several editions. So I think we're going to begin with the original, which is the best, I have to say.
Yeah, which we've kind of started calling the big face covers.
Yes.
So, because it's Caitlin's lovely big face. Takes up most of the cover. She looks quite sad. She's got her raven hair, her blue eyes. She's gorgeous. So this is I guess this is why she gets away with being such a huge bitch, because she is very beautiful.
Of course, yes.
So the kind of format of these kind of big face covers is Caitlin's lovely face, and then down low we have kind of a little scene playing out with not a huge amount of details. So we have, I guess it's Caitlin on a white horse jumping over a fence in full riding gear, which is nice to see, because it seems like in Sweet Valley they're often just off riding horses wearing a pair of jeans and like no boots, no helmet, no safety whatsoever.
It's the lack of protective headgear.
Yeah,
that really gets to me.
So, okay, so we have a girl suitably attired jumping over a fence on a lovely white horse. And then there's a guy on a brown horse just sitting there, I guess, watching her doing show jumping. Not the most dynamic of covers, but look, it's iconic in its own way.
Yeah, and the horses seen from the side, easiest way to draw them, is very reminiscent of all those like boring horse paintings that like English aristocrats like. No, one of my best friends went to an event at Clarence's house because her husband was shortlisted for the Booker Prize.
Oh, wow,
and
okay.
all their pictures on the walls are just of boring old horses. Because that family are royal family are cultureless swine.
There you go. I mean, I'm sure the horses themselves were quite nice.
Yes.
Boring. Yeah.
Yes. So yes, that's what Queen Camilla surrounds herself with, is just
horsey paintings.
Horsey paintings. Rather like this. I think she'd do better having this image on her wall.
Yeah, give it a bit of dynamism. Throw in Caitlin's face. See what happens.
It's very large.
Very large. Just hovering over the scenes.
Well, we begin this tale with what I have to say is a pitch perfect character introducing beat.
That is fair. Yeah, like it's a new series. We don't know these people, but like, yeah, we kind of know who everyone is straight away.
Yeah, because we begin at the lockers somewhere in Highgate Academy, for that is our setting. A boarding school in rural Virginia with the extremely unpleasant history that they very much gloss over.
Oh, yeah.
So freshman Tenny Peters has just presented Caitlin Ryan, who is a junior, which means she's like 2 years older than her, and she has just presented her with a great idea.
Yes. Now, they haven't told us exactly what the idea is, but Caitlin's excited. She's like, yes, this is a great idea. Well, she's kind of like, let me think about it. I'm going to get back to you later, but let's keep it a secret between us. So like, she's immediately scheming. She's up to something, like straight out the gate.
Oh, because then she says, because she's like, don't say, when she said to keep it between us, Tenny is so dazzled by Caitlin because she's an older girl, she's the most popular girl in the school. So Tenny's like, of course, cross my heart, I hope to die. And then Caitlin's like, oh, I have my gold pen in French class.
Love this for her.
oh well, she likes the finer things in life. You wouldn't have her just asking for a duvet cover like Lila.
This bitch has standards.
Many duvet covers, no doubt. Tenny runs off to fetch it like a little lapdog. Though lapdogs don't really fetch things. Anyway, like her devoted servant. And as soon as she is out of sight, what does Caitlin do?
Well, she gathers the other girls around her because such is the power that Caitlin wields in this school that she can just summon people at will. Yes. So they all gather around because everyone wants to hear what her great idea is for this year's benefit night. Apparently the proceeds go towards a scholarship fund for minors' children. And everyone's always interested in anything Caitlin Ryan had to say. So very Jessica Wakefield, she waits until everyone is paying attention to her. It's like, eyes on me, everybody. And reveals her fantastic idea for the fundraiser, which is a male beauty contest.
Yep. It's not immediately clear, is this going to be in drag? And then it later turns out that, yes, it is.
Yeah, because everyone's slightly confused, but also kind of saying, yes, this is a great idea because Caitlin's the bitch in charge of this entire school. She's like, it's going to be great. All the guys will dress up in crazy outfits. It'll be a total sellout. So yeah, eventually I think some girl called Dorothy is like, yes, it's a great idea. She's a newcomer, so I guess she's also trying to get in good with Caitlin. So she's like, yes, this is a great idea. This is going to be great. But a girl called Morgan isn't convinced. She thinks the guys aren't going to go along with it. She can't quite picture Roger Wake parading around in a swimsuit. It's like, well, Bruce Patman would. So I mean, who is this Roger? What even is his deal?
You got how much would you? How many cans would he cost at an auction?
Indeed.
Apparently, Roger Wake is captain of the football team, like the soccer team.
Yes.
Because this is a soccer playing school. But Caitlin says in a slyly smug tone, we're told that Roger Wake will be the first contestant to sign up when she gets done talking to him. Newcomer Dorothy is still the only one who's totally convinced. And she says that Caitlin says everybody who's anybody in this school will just shrivel up and die if they can't be part of it. And she's the new student president, so she's got to live up to her new title.
Yeah, she's got work to do. So I think the girls are starting to come around. Tenny comes scampering back, couldn't find the golden pen, but it was clearly just a ploy to get Tenny out of the way so that Caitlin could reveal her big idea that she had clearly stolen. Then apparently Tenny... Yeah, she is told about the fantastic idea, and Tenny knows what side her bread is buttered on, I guess, because she's like, wow, Caitlin, what a brilliant idea. Like, she knows already not to cross her and to just kind of go along with this, even though Caitlin has blatantly stolen the idea that Tenny just told her.
My notes literally say, Tenny knows what side bread buttered on. Oh! And doesn't let on. Tenny's cunning. I would like to see Tenny eventually be the sort of Eve Harrington, All About Eve style.
I'd be on for that. She's quick on her feet. She's playing the long game. Hopefully, I guess we'll find out. But look, this is where we are with Tenny at the minute.
Well, Roger appears, and we learn that Caitlin has sort of been toying with him. Like she knew he was interested in her, and up until then, we're told she'd offhandedly played with that interest when she was in the mood.
Oh yes, when it suits her.
Yes. So when Roger approaches, he's not alone. He's accompanied with school newcomer Jed Michaels, who Caitlin has been studying patiently, waiting for the right moment to, I don't know, pounce, which is very sinister.
To strike? Is she a cobra? Like, yes,
she is.
She has been observing from a distance. It's not chilling at all. She reckons this is a great opportunity that's been handed to her. Now she has the chance to make an unforgettable impression on Jed. So run, Jed, run.
Well, Roger's a dickhead because he totally ignores all the other girls in the group and is just like, hey, Caitlin, how you doing? And he says he didn't see her at the last scrimmage, which is not a word I've ever heard used to apply to soccer. And she says, oh, I'm sure I was there. I just turned up late. And Tenny backs her up. And it's like, yeah, we were both late that day. And when Caitlin thanks her, she gets her name wrong.
Oh God. Yeah, she calls her Jenny. Like, it's very dismissive. Tenny very meekly corrects her, but like she's just delighted that Caitlin has singled her out for any kind of praise or attention. So like it's Caitlin doesn't give a shit. She's like, oh right, Tenny, sorry, whatever. And just keeps talking.
Even though Tenny has just got her out of a lie, essentially.
Yeah.
So she drops some hints about the fundraiser now. She has big plans for it. And Roger is intrigued. And she won't say what it is. Because he's like, is it a concert? Is it a party? And she's like, no. And she's not really paying attention to him because her eyes are fixed on Jed, who is the type of boy, we're told, made for a girl like Caitlin.
What does that mean?
It's so vague because it's basically just, he's a hunk. Can you describe him?
He's a rootin' tootin' hunk is what he is.
He is.
He's 6 feet tall with broad shoulders and a trim body used to exercise. He's got wavy light brown hair, ruggedly even features, and an endearing crooked smile. He's dressed casually, and we will get to the outfit.
We will.
Yeah, he doesn't look like the typical preppy Highgate student. So Caitlin's kind of impressed that he does his own thing and, he's his own person and doesn't just wear what everybody else does.
Yeah, well, he sure doesn't. He is rootin' that tootin'. Well,
Sure.
Caitlin feels electrified when she sees him close at hand and feels a tingle go down her spine. And so she thinks there's chemistry there. And when Roger introduces Jed to the group, Dorothy is clearly intrigued, but Caitlin basically just transfixes him with the power of the human eye and just rivets him, we're told, with her most magnetic look. And says, I've seen you in the halls, Jed, and hoped you'd been made welcome. The intense fire of her deep blue eyes emphasized her words. She sounds terrifying.
It's so scary. God. No wonder she's in charge of this whole school, because everyone's terrified of her.
Well, we learned he's from Montana. She says that, like, oh, I've been there, I've seen the Rockies. And then they talk about horses. And she says, you'll have to try riding here Eastern style. What does that mean?
I don't know.
Like North Americans who know anything about horses, what the fuck is horse riding Eastern style? What does it mean?
Does it mean anything? Is Caitlin just talking shit? Because that's also possible.
Yeah, I mean, that's very, very possible. But Roger's like, I have no time to fanny around on a horse for a while because football season. Well, no, sorry, I keep saying football, but they do mean soccer.
Yeah.
Football season is in session, so they'll have to wait till after that. And Dorothy clearly fancies Jed, so of course Caitlin does an old distraction tactic and is like, "Oh yeah, do you know Roger was like really into you?" And Dorothy's like, "Are you sure?"
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like Caitlin senses a threat, so immediately she's trying to neutralize this. And she's like, yes. Didn't you see that Roger was looking at you? Maybe you couldn't see because I was standing in front of you, blocking everyone else's attention. But yeah, so she's trying to kind of put Dorothy off and send her off Roger's way instead. But Dorothy's kind of like, oh, really? She's a bit doubtful, but she's also like, oh, okay, it kind of does distract her. So Caitlin's sneaky little plan does work.
Of course it does. When they head off with the boys, Jessica, Caitlin finds herself, bagsing Jed, basically. And there's a twinkle in his eyes. So she's talking about the dance that's coming up at the weekend, but she doesn't ask him to be her date because we're told she wasn't going to throw herself at him. She wouldn't have to anyway. She knew it would be only a matter of time before he would be hers.
She's very certain in all of these things. So she's delighted with how this has gone. She does realize when he kind of says goodbye and leaves. But again, he's twinkling at her and all this. So she's like, okay, this is going well. But she also thinks this handsome boy from Montana wasn't going to be an easy mark, but this was an adequate beginning. So yeah, she wanted him, and what Caitlin wanted, Caitlin got. She's a woman on a mission.
Oh, I'm so happy. So they head back to the dorm, and basically we learn that the history of this place is really fucking dark.
Ooh, it's not great. They kind of talk about the classroom buildings and the school and the old building, and it's a plantation. It's an old plantation. It's
literally a plantation. They keep saying the word plantation. They say it a lot that this is like essentially a fucking murder and rape camp. Yeah. The ivy-covered walls of the original school building had changed little in the 200 years since it had been constructed as the manor house for a prosperous plantation. Oof. What was helping it prosper, lads? Who? Apparently now it's got like stables and gyms and indoor pools and whatever, but it's still lovely. We might think, oh, this is so 80s, but lest we forget, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds got married in a fucking plantation.
They sure did.
Long ago. So, plus ça change. But as they approach the building, Morgan, one of the girls, spots Caitlin's grandmother's distinctive sleek silver Mercedes sports coupe Don't really know what a coupe is. I mean, apart from like a cup in French.
I think it's like a convertible, that type of Mercedes.
Oh,
potentially.
okay.
Like it's flashy, you know, it's cool.
Yes.
Because the girls see it and they're just like, oh my God, what an incredible car. A girl called Gloria says it's her dream car and her daddy absolutely must buy her one for her 16th birthday. But
they talk about cars for a long time.
They do. These girls really care about cars.
Yeah.
So they're all super impressed by this car. And they're all really jealous of how cool Caitlin's grandmother's car is. And Caitlin kind of like plays it off like it's not a big deal. She's like, oh, you know, it's fine. She also has a Bentley, but this is the one she uses when she wants to drive herself.
Relatable.
They kind of bang on about it. She's like, oh, you know, whatever, it's fine, but I prefer Jaguars myself. So she's kind of like, oh, you know, I should really go say hello to my grandmother. She's probably waiting for me. But she also arranges that they're going to have a meeting about the fundraiser later that evening in her room that night at 7.
Yes.
So the girls are going to meet her later over there.
Yes. So of course she says she's going to pop in to the main building to say hello to her grandma. But then before she can go in, Grandma Ryan walks out of the building, doesn't have a second glance at Caitlin, just gets into her car and drives off. And of course, to hide her humiliation, Caitlin's like, yeah, I just remembered, actually, she was just going to drop in some of my allowance because she forgot it. And she's like in a big hurry. So, you know, of course, you know, silly me, I should have remembered. She wasn't going to have time to, you know, check him out, check if I was okay. So it is a bit tragic, but that's the first crack we see in Caitlin's armour.
Indeed. But again, it's all stuff she doesn't let anybody see.
Oh God, no, not in a million years.
She's like immediately covering her tracks and like, oh no, this is actually what's happening. This isn't what it looks like. You know, here's the whole reason why this has happened. But before she goes, Dorothy just kind of grabs her for a second and is like, look, I know you're in a hurry, but like, did you really mean what you said about Roger? Was he really looking at me? And Caitlin's like, yes, he was. Would I lie to you? Dorothy's like, no, of course not. Just, you know, I went over to talk to him afterwards. He didn't seem that interested. He was more interested in like what you and Jed were saying. So Dorothy isn't really convinced, I think, about Caitlin's line about Roger, but she's like, look, you know, it'll be fine. As far as Roger goes, wait and see. She's like, you know, okay, I've got to go. Bye. She's like, get away from me. I'm busy. But yeah, she's just like, look, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. So she runs into the main building and which we are, the marble floored lobby that we are told had once been the elegant entrance hall of the plantation house. Keep saying it.
God.
Just in case you forget for a single second, you can't. It is fucking gross. Anyway, she goes into the homey looking office and asks Mrs. Forbes, the dean's secretary, you know, doesn't even ask her. She just says, oh, I came to pick up a message. My grandma left, because she really does assume there must have been one. Yeah. Which, as it turns out, by the way, there was. So this is a bit weird. But,
this is really weird. Yeah, because the secretary's just like, nope, she didn't leave anything. I can check if you want. But then she comes back and she's like, nope, there's nothing left here for you. But later, there is a message. So what the hell is going on here, Forbes?
I know, very confusing. But when Caitlin hurries back to her dorm, her beautiful face is grim. And why was she always trying to fool herself? She knew there was no chance her grandmother would call just to say hello, but nobody would ever know that. She would make certain of it. Not Mrs. Forbes or any of the kids, not even her roommate Ginny, not anyone.
No one must know.
So by the time she gets to her dorm room, she's cool, calm, and collected, and her roommate Ginny is out. So we learned that you know, everybody brings obviously some stuff with them to their dorm rooms, and their dorm rooms are not like a big boarding school dormitory on this side of the Atlantic. It's just a double room. They've got theirs professionally decorated with Grandma Ryan's cash.
Yeah, so I think it's the fanciest room now in the whole school, basically, because it's been filled with like antique furniture. There's lovely pale blue carpet, a thick carpet, fancy curtains, pastel pillows. Like, it's been really zhuzhed up, way more so than anybody else's room. So it's real fancy. It's rich. There were oil paintings chosen for the walls, but of course, you know, it's teenage girls living in this room, so they've replaced all them with posters, which is like, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be surprised if they hadn't, to be honest.
Yeah.
Ginny comes in and is like, aren't you meant to be off on like playing tennis with some guy called Terry? Like, didn't you have a date? And Caitlin totally forgot, doesn't feel an iota of guilt. And Ginny's like, look, he's going to be pissed off, but I bet he'll ask you out again. And basically says, you break, what the fuck, Caitlin? Like, you break dates all the time and you still have nearly every boy in the school drooling after you. And Caitlin thinks Caitlin's popularity was something she took for granted. Actually, she wasn't interested in hearing Ginny go on about it. So Ginny is like, I love Ginny, by the way. Ginny is like, just tell him you're not into him. It's not fair. Like, you're dicking him around. And Caitlin does not give a shit.
No, she's just like, but I want to be his friend. And Ginny's like, yeah, but he clearly wants to be more than friends. But Caitlin just kind of laughs it off. And she's like, it's not a big deal. I've told him he's not the only boy I go out with. But again, Ginny clearly is trying to defend Terry here and is like, this isn't fair. You're going to hurt his feelings. Just be straight with him. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, Caitlin's like, are you interested in Terry? So, of course, Ginny's like, no, of course not. So Caitlin then tries to change the subject and talks about Jed instead.
Of course. By the way, we learn that Ginny is tall and angular and 2 barrettes draw back her light brown hair from her sharp-featured face in a practical, though not very becoming way. A bit harsh.
Shots fired.
But I guess if you're not a Wakefield, barrettes are not flattering.
Yeah, you're doing it wrong.
But Ginny is no sort of like sidekick. Like, she's definitely, completely self-assured, because she like takes the piss out of Caitlin's love for Jed, because she's sure that she's got some sort of scheme for how she's going to catch him. Yeah. And Caitlin's like, I don't know why I put up with you, Ginny. That wasn't what I was going to tell you about at all. I was going to tell you about the student fundraiser, but since you brought up the subject, then she's like, there was an interconnection between me and Jed. I could just feel it.
Yeah, so she's like, I mentioned casually that I like to go horse riding, and he said he'd really like to come along sometime. Like, I don't think that's exactly how it went, but she's just kind of talking it up anyway. Ginny's just like, yeah, I bet. Ginny's great. Like, she's kind of, it's not that she sees through Caitlin, but she also doesn't really take any shit from her.
Yes.
And she seems to be the only person so far who's like that with her.
Yes, because she takes the piss out of her, which I like. And
I think
she's funny.
Everyone else is too terrified to do that.
Yeah. Because she tells Caitlin that Jed is like smart and, sort of self-assured. And and Caitlin's like, how would you know all this? And Jenny's like, well, he's in my English class. And now you're going to ask me why I didn't tell you. And Caitlin's like, I don't care. I've learned all I need to know about Jed Michaels. And then Ginny reveals that he is the cousin of Emily Michaels. And Caitlin did not know this. So apparently she's a bit of a boring, this Emily Michaels girl is decent horse rider, but she's kind of boring. But, a bit too dull to fit in with Caitlin's set. But now Caitlin's like, maybe I ought to give her another chance. And Ginny says, what are you planning now? And Caitlin basically does a who me?
Yeah, your favourite.
I love a who me.
Always. But Caitlin then does move on to start talking about the fundraiser.
Oh, yes.
So she's kind of just like rushing on about how they're going to have this like male beauty contest. And again, Ginny's like, okay, are you sure about this? She's like, yeah, I can just see all those hairy legs and high heels. Count me out. So she doesn't think the guys are going to go for it. But Caitlin's like, no, it's a great idea. It's going to be brilliant. I don't know. She seems kind of unconvinced, but Caitlin wears her down.
Yes. I mean, literally. Yeah. And she, but Ginny is like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to do some homework. And then there's a knock on the door, and it's Mrs. Cheney, who is the house mother. So we're basically, I don't know, you're too young to remember The Facts of Life. The Facts of Life. It was the 80s sitcom in which Mrs. Garrett, formerly of Different Strokes, was the house mother at a girls' boarding school.
Okay.
I was a great fan of The Facts of Life. I am sure many of our listeners remember it all too well. So I guess she's kind of like a matron sort of figure.
Sure. Okay. I mean, you have to have an adult in charge, surely, when you've of this many teen girls living alone. I
mean, we are coming from PBA, from Sweet Valley TV series, where there wasn't an adult to be seen. So
well, that is true. It's true. So just the attempt at a responsible adult somewhere on the grounds.
But it turns out that her grandmother did leave a note.
Yeah, maybe she just left it with this lady instead of with the secretary. I don't know what the admin situation is here, but yes, there is a message. So yeah, Mrs. Cheney also compliments them on how tidy their room is, and apparently it's all Caitlin because she just likes things to be nice, neat, and tidy. Mm-hmm. So she opens the note, and apparently it's no nonsense and to the point, which is typical of Regina Ryan, who is of course the grandmother. Yes. And she just says that she's sending the car for her on Friday afternoon. The National Miners Union heads will be joining them for the weekend. I'm like, yes, give me more. They'll be expecting to meet her granddaughter. This is a very important affair for me. Be sure to dress accordingly, grandmother. Like, it's a very abrupt note. There isn't a hint of warmth in it. Like,
no, not at all. It is cold as ice. And of course, Caitlin, even to Ginny, will, who she clearly like has a decent relationship with. She's not honest about it. She fakes happiness, and like Ginny can tell by her expression. She's like, "Is everything okay?" She's like, "No, it's fine. Just my grandmother wants me to come to this function at the weekend, but it's going to be brilliant. There's loads of people that I really want to meet." And Ginny's like, "Well, but you're going to miss the dance." And Kate's like, "Yeah, that doesn't matter." So we learned that Ginny knows her better than anyone else in the world, but even Ginny didn't know what life at Ryan Acres was really like.
Yes, because all the kids in Highgate apparently are really jealous of Caitlin's fabulous life and her powerful grandmother. Even though like they're all rich as well, but few of them compare with the luxurious old Virginia manor house on the Ryan estate. Yeah, I'm worried.
Don't think about that too much.
Don't like it.
Yes.
Caitlin's happy to let them think all this as well. Like, obviously she wants to make sure everyone thinks she's as glamorous as she seems.
Yes, she wants them all to believe her life was perfect, and she wouldn't allow the tragic loss of her parents to spoil this image of perfection. And apparently she made a point, we're told, of stoically telling anyone who asked that her mother had died giving birth to her and that her father had been killed in an accident not long before, and that's why her grandmother brought her up. But on the threat of death, we're told, she wouldn't reveal the whole story.
Yeah, so at this point we find out that apparently her grandmother goes out of her way apparently to remind Caitlin that her father deserted her after she was born. Ouch. So Regina Ryan's cherished only child. So Caitlin's mother did die giving birth. But apparently the grandmother only like raised Caitlin out of a feeling of obligation. Like it gave her everything money could buy, but denied her the one thing that would cost her nothing, her love.
Of course.
So her grandmother is also a huge bitch. So maybe this is why Caitlin is like this.
Yeah, I mean, fair. Well, there was no hope for her. We were just talking about this before we went on air, that like, because Caitlin's surname is Ryan and her maternal grandmother's name is Ryan. Now, we'd like to think that maybe she just gave her daughter of Regina Ryan, gave her child the surname Ryan as a feminist act. But that would be very unusual in Sweet Valley. So are we to assume that her parents were not married?
I wonder, like all this is very unclear still, but it's like, yes, there's a very, strong matriarchal line going on here, which is like, is this a good thing? Or are there shady reasons for this? And probably shady.
Yes. So, Caitlin thinks that she's disappointed about the dance, but like an actress in a drama, she'd play the dutiful granddaughter while her friends are having a great evening at the dance. Well, we cut to the meeting and all the girls are gathered in Caitlin and Ginny's boudoir, and Tenny is all excited to be included. I'm not sure really why she is. Like, she's 2 years younger than them. How has she suddenly been adopted by this crew?
It seems unlikely. Like, they'd hardly have any classes together, I imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she is she's a junior, isn't she?
She's a freshman, and Caitlin's a junior.
Caitlin's a junior, Tenny's a freshman. So like she's
2 years older.
Younger. Yeah.
Which she's only 14. But anyway, they all gossip about a girl who got expelled, and Caitlin's delighted because she hated her.
Yeah, she apparently this girl Madge got expelled because Mrs. Cheney, the house mother, found a couple of bottles of Southern Comfort in her room. Scandal. So now she's enrolled in some dinky public school near her hometown. Caitlin's like, well, she deserved it. She deserves her right. Apparently she's not about to feel sorry for someone who called her a shallow, self-centered flirt, which 27 pages in seems quite accurate.
100% accurate. Yeah. So Caitlin doles out the tasks, like the various organizational jobs for the fundraiser, and Dorothy's going to do PR, and she makes Ginny she tries to make Ginny head of the cleanup committee, and Ginny's like, absolutely not, give me something behind the scenes, bookkeeping, printing up tickets and programs. And then Caitlin's like, okay, all of them, there you go. So
so everyone's kind of been given their respective jobs for this fundraiser.
Yeah. And as they finally, Ginny and Caitlin go to bed, turn the lights out. And before they fall asleep, Caitlin asks Ginny if she's going to the dance. And Ginny's like already dozing off. And she's like, oh, I don't know why. And Caitlin's like, I think you should. I think it's going to be great. And Ginny's like, I don't even like dancing. And Caitlin keeps saying, no, you'll like this one. They've got a terrific band playing. And Ginny's like, oh, yeah, fuck it. Well, maybe. I don't know. I've got, nothing else to do. And then Caitlin's like, okay, cool. And while you're there, if you think of it, could you check on Jed occasionally? And Ginny goes, fooled again. And that's when I realised I love Ginny.
Yeah, no, she's great. She knows Caitlin is constantly scheming and is just like, oh God, more of this shite.
But she's just like, yeah, whatever, I don't care.
Yeah.
So the next day, Caitlin accidentally on purpose bumps into Jed and pretends they're going in the same direction. She actually has a free class, but she pretends she's got like trigonometry or something. Yes. So she can be like, oh, I'm just going down this way. And they talk about Jed's science project. And then she says she's worried about this fundraiser idea and she doesn't know how it'll go down with the kids. And, but they really need to raise scholarship funds for these minor children because, we could have free university education or we could depend on rich teenagers throwing fucking parties.
He's a greatest. What could possibly go wrong?
So yeah, she's like, oh Jed, can I ask you for advice? Even though like you've been in the school 5 minutes, I don't know what insight you might have into their, general vibe and how they'll receive something. And he's like, yeah, sure. But she's notices the time. It's like, oops, I guess we've got to go to class now.
She's a pro at like prolonging a conversation, leaving it on a cliffhanger. Like she might be a huge bitch, but she knows what she's doing.
Oh, she's good. She's good.
She's very good. Like this is so sneaky because she kind of like starts talking about, every year we do something and and oh no, we've run out of time. Oh no, I have to go. So of course he's like hanging on every word and he's like, okay, well look, I have some free time after football this afternoon, so maybe we can get together then. So she's like, yeah, I guess, I was going to go down to the stables to groom my horse, but I'd hate to bother you. You've probably got 1,000 other things to do. Like this, making it all sound like this is Jed's idea. So she's playing a fucking blinder because he's like, okay, yes, I will see you there. So she's just like, oh, great. Duster's is her horse. His stall is the third on the right in the stables. He's like, okay, I will see you then. Now we better go or we'll be late to class. So she just has him eating out the palm of her hand.
Yeah, we're told she had to force herself not to go skipping off down the hall in elation. Oh, I wish she had. That'd be fucking amazing.
Oh, God, so close.
So later, she's heading off to get changed into quite an ensemble. And once she's got her perfect outfit, she doesn't notice someone coming towards her, and until they put their hand on her shoulder, and then she realizes it's Terry, who she stood up the day before and didn't even bother contacting afterwards.
The worst. Yeah, this poor guy Terry is like, you totally stood me up. I was waiting there for half an hour on the tennis court for you. And she's just like, oh, I was just so busy, and my grandmother came by. And he was just like, look, I know you see other guys, but I'm starting to think you only see me when you've got nothing better to do. So she's just like, oh, that's not true. How could you say that? And he's like, easily when I've been stood up. So she's kind of like just putting on the fucking big eyes act again. And she's like, you know how much I like you. I'd never deliberately miss a date with you. Like she was literally reminded and was like, it doesn't matter. She just says that she's just under so much pressure at the minute. So she kind of wins him over. Like his expression softens because she's just got all these boys just wrapped around her finger. Oh,
it's terrible because he's like, look, I'm not putting you under any, because when she says she's under pressure, he says, look, I'm sorry, I'm not putting you under any pressure. I just want to know if you're going to cancel. And he's like, oh no, I don't mean you. It's just life is super stressful for me. So he ends up like comforting her. And she's like, you know what? Maybe Ginny would play tennis with you instead. I think she's over in the library right now. Why don't you go over there to the library? So then she realized she's of course got an ulterior motive for this because it means that both Ginny and Terry will be out of the way and no chance of them turning up at the stables and seeing her with Jed.
Yes, apparently the tennis courts are like the opposite side of the campus to the stables. So it's really like anytime there's an obstacle, she's like, oh, why don't you go over there with this person? Like she's great, just like redirecting people who might be in her way for any reason.
She really is.
Yeah.
So we cut to the stables where she's grooming Duster, her trusty steed, and Jed arrives looking hunky. Now, we're told that his dark hair was damp from the shower. Now, did he dye it in the shower?
He literally had light brown hair not 10 pages ago.
Even by Sweet Valley standards, that's like, Francine, come on, keep it tighter. Rain on your stable of authors.
My God, fantastic!
Thank you. So, we're told that he's looking forward to having time to trot around the countryside when the football season ends, and then he suggests taking Duster out for a walk because I guess he needs some exercise, but I guess they don't ever have them just in a field. They're stables all the time unless they're actually being ridden. Unless
they're brought out. That'd be kind of the way I guess with riding schools anyway.
Yeah, that's true. I guess sometimes they are in a paddock or something, not just, eating some grass as nature intended. They take Duster out, and Caitlin is annoyed that he's paying more attention to Duster than to her. So she brings up the fundraiser, and he's like, oh yeah, I was wondering, I thought that was what we were meant to be talking about. And she's really pissed off that he's not obviously this was just an opportunity to flirt with you. He's getting down to business.
Oh my God, it's so funny. Yeah, his blunt response wasn't what she was expecting. She wanted him to be flirting with her, but she's just oh, for God's sake, okay, fine. So she starts talking about the fundraiser, but she's kind of been thrown off balance a bit and doesn't feel like she's in charge of this situation. So she's kind of rushing through the description. She's not her usual in control self, and she's nearly breathless when she's finished talking about it. So Jed laughs when she hears it, and again she's like, "What are you laughing at?" She's like, "Oh, you think it's stupid," but he thinks it's great. So apparently he was just laughing because he was picturing some of the guys on the soccer team dressed as girls. So he thinks this is hilarious, but he's like, "I don't know if you're going to be able to get them to pull it off." And she's like, "Oh, I definitely will." But so she's really just trying to get him to flirt with her, but he is just all business.
Because he's like, "Look, I'm not going to volunteer to be one of the contestants." And Caitlin purrs, "That's not why I asked you. I just wanted your opinion." And then he's like, "But not even," or she's like, "Not even for the scholarship fund? Don't you want those poor kids to be able to go to college?" And he's like, "Look, I'll help you out backstage or whatever, but I'm a cowboy. I have my reputation to consider."
Rootin' tootin' reputation.
So she says, "Well, I'll have to ask Roger," and he says, "Oh, so that's what all those that's what you were teasing about the other day when we met."
Yes.
But she's like, "Oh, Roger, he thinks he's so great because he's the captain of the football team." And to help out, Jed says he'll try and persuade Roger to compete. But that's about as far as his banter is going to go, because then Jed gets nostalgic for the wilds of Montana.
Yeah, so Caitlin asks him if he misses home, and he says he does sometimes, but he's going to be going back there for Christmas. But he feels such a strong tie to the ranch. But then he's like, okay, well, we better get this guy back to his stall, and I've got that science project. And Caitlin's like, no, he's just kind of cutting this whole thing short. And obviously she wanted to prolong the conversation and keep things going and, get the mood right. But he then mentions her grandmother when they're on the way back to the stables. And he's like, oh, you must be close with her. So she's like, I live with her. And again, this line of conversation was exactly what she wanted. So she kind of allows herself to sound all sad when she talks about the grandmother, because she's like, oh, I just stay with her. I live with her. She raised me and my parents are dead. And he's like, oh, I'm really sorry. And he is very sympathetic to her. So she spins him her fake story about how her dad died in an accident before she was born, and then her mother passed away. But so she's like, I always feel like I'm missing something. All these other kids have families to do things with. So now he's like touching her arm and being, concerned about her. So she's loving all this. So again, very Jessica Wakefield playing her personal tragedy to get a boy's attention.
Yes, but I was surprised that she showed some vulnerability about her grandmother being cold.
Well, that's true, because that part is very much true.
Yeah, because, we did learn earlier that she'd rather die than let anyone think that her life was perfect. It's like, okay, well, she's known this guy for 5 minutes.
Yeah. She's spilling all the beans.
Yeah, exactly. So, yes, they share this sort of bonding moment. And of course, he knows all about Ryan Mining, which is the family business of the Ryan tribe. And she does say, she doesn't like to bother people about her problems. And he's like, you got to talk to someone once in a while. But she says she's sorry about missing the dance, and he says he's just going kind of as a favour to his cousin.
Yeah, apparently they've a football game that afternoon, so he's going to be really tired. So he's kind of like, oh, I'm just kind of going, for Emily, really. So then, of course, Caitlin's like, oh, your cousin, pretending like she didn't know that Emily was his cousin. So she's like, oh, I didn't make that connection. Emily and I go riding together sometimes. She's a great kid. I really like her.
Oh, Caitlin, you snake.
She's a scammer.
She really is. So Jed reveals that when he's not at school, he's staying with her family. Which, like, it is a boarding school, so does that mean you're never going home? Anyway, Caitlin is like, oh, well, Caitlin or Emily doesn't need to worry about you settling in here because obviously you'll be the belle of the ball.
Yeah, he's not going to have any trouble making friends because he's so easygoing.
Yes.
The spell then apparently is broken by the sounds of voices in the stables because they're already back. So she's kind of like, oh, fuck it.
Yeah.
That's the end of this, I guess. So she's like, oh, okay, I guess you got to do your science project. I really liked talking to you and thanks for listening and for all your advice. So they say their goodbyes and Caitlin feels a thrill of excitement because she's wondering what's going through his mind.
He says, I'll see you soon. And she just nods. But as he walks away, she whispers under her breath, you can bet on it. And that is the end of Loving Part 1.
Oh boy. Yeah, we're really trying to pace ourselves so we don't just like fly through all these books. So we're just going to do little bits, but like...
Oh, that was good.
This is shaping up very fucking nicely.
Very, very nicely. And do we have any outfits?
Oh my goodness. Like literally 46 pages in, we have 2 fantastic outfits.
Sure do.
So Jed, when he appears in the hallway by the lockers, we get his physical description. But for what he's wearing, he is dressed casually in a striped cotton shirt, tight cords, and Western boots. He truly is the rootinest tootinest. I can only presume his cowboy hat is in his locker at this point in time, because he is fully just wandering around school in his cowboy boots.
Oh my God. He's rootin' and tootin'.
Fantastic.
Is this our first rootin' tootin' love interest? Oh no, there was your man in Herman by Pills.
There was, you're right. And of course we had a rootin' tootin' cowboy back in the Patman.
Oh, of course,
saga
yes.
at some point. The origin of RTC. But yes, contemporary RTC action. You gotta love it.
Sure do. I mean, he literally self-identifies as a cowboy.
He does, yeah. A lot of cowboy action lately in the world of Francine Pascal between this and Winston's makeover.
Yes!
Then we had one more outfit, which was just Caitlin plotting for what she was going to wear for meeting Jed at the stables. Because apparently, as much as she liked the way her jodhpurs fit, she wasn't actually going horse riding. She was just grooming dusters. So she was going to put on a pair of jeans topped by a teal blue sweater that was going to bring out the colour of her deep blue eyes.
Oh.
That's going to be suitably casual. And I am going to save all the like little eye colour and hair colour stats to the very end. So we'll have them for our very last episode. But I do just want to make the point that literally 46 pages in, Caitlin's blue eyes have been mentioned 4 times.
We have had entire Sweet Valley books where the Wakefield's 2 people's eyes have been mentioned fewer times than that.
Like, this just bodes so incredibly well. I'm very excited about where we're going to go with this book.
Oh. Well, Pi Beta Alpha siblings, how excited are you about this new era? Do let us know what you thought of Lovin' Part 1. Do you have fond memories of Caitlin from back in the day? Do you know what Eastern and Western style horse riding is?
Indeed. Or like, is this your first meeting with Caitlin? Like, it's mine. I've never read this series before, so I have no idea where this is going. But I'm excited.
Oh, I am very excited. Let us know what you thought. You know where to find us. We are on social media at SVH Podcast.
Yeah, do send us an email if you'd like at svhpodcast@gmail.com.
And we are, as usual, most active on Instagram, where you had plenty to say about Quarterback Princess. Pippi Ann Shirley started the tag yourself. Tag yourself. I'm a humble Canadian moose, grateful to learn that I too can finally access appropriate mental health care. Maple leaf emoji.
Wonderful. Lucky Insolence said, I'm Scott Trust and I'm absolutely the same dude as the Scott character in this movie. Instead of rescuing dogs with hurt paws, I do logging.
True! Five Flickette said, I'm Venice Fowler, getting excited for the discussions about my story. I use the pseudonym Caitlin.
Oh my God. Okay. Love this.
Yeah, that's some fan fiction.
Is Caitlin just the Venice Fowler story? She's just been shipped off to boarding school in Virginia.
Or maybe she's like the Nora to Lila's Margo.
Oh my God.
She doesn't even know she's got a twin.
She's got a dead parent story. None of it's true. It's all coming together now, lads.
So there was a lot of fond memories of what you call it?
Quarterback Princess.
Quarterback Princess. Forgot which thing we were talking about for a second.
Where am I?
Pippi Ann Shirley said she absolutely watched it as a kid and she was so delighted to see one of my all-time favourite actors, Helen Hunt, in this role again. It was lovely. But she says, I am 100 familiar with these Caitlin, various spellings, whatever books, but I'm confident that the recaps will be a hoot. Lila Fowler plus boarding school shenanigans. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, we hope that Caitlin's adventures don't disappoint. I don't think they will.
I feel like, I mean, literally, this is such early days for this book and it's already promising a lot. Like, it's already juicy. This is going great.
It was Plucky Insolence who hoped that we come up with a new theme song for the books, which we only really registered we hadn't done this or thought about it until about 5 minutes before we started recording. Yeah. So we'll have something for you. Something. Don't know what.
Like, oh no, We'll figure something out. So yeah, I think we're just going to have our regular PBA theme tune for this episode, but we may have come up with something by the next one. So yeah,
fingers crossed.
Give us a chance. We'll get our act together.
Tiny Ninja Baby said, Helen Hunt was in a mate for... Oh, sorry, go on.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, I think we were at cross purposes there.
Tiny Ninja Babies.
She said Helen Hunt was in a made-for-TV movie where she does angel dust and jumps out a school window. It was an amazing 80s American pop culture moment.
Wow.
That'll be our next film show.
That does sound fantastic. I did it was just Plucky Incidents again there had said that she'd never seen Quarterback Princess before and really enjoyed it, especially non-annoying kid actors that didn't look like creepy homunculi.
We're all grateful for that.
Truly.
Jed B. Skills was happy to have the opportunity to take this trip down memory lane with Quarterback Princess. She said, I was all about Helen Hunt in the 80s. Between this and Girls Just Want to Have Fun, even though she always kind of looked 30 to me. But that's the Sweet Valley way, isn't it? At least the Sweet Valley covers. And
very true.
Kind of true. She said her observations on this repeat viewing. 1, Scott is a jerk, but I had a huge crush on John Stockwell back then from his roles in Christine. That's how I knew him. And the obscure My Science project. And then she said 2, maybe this was just on my phone, but I was struck by how much we could hear the sounds of people's shoes in every scene. Go back and listen for it. That is something really noticeable in like films from the 80s and even the 90s, is that the microphones really pick up the shoes.
Okay, so it's not like the Foley artists are going ham in the studio. It's actually just clomp, clomp on set.
I don't know what they do now to blank that out, but but she said 3, seeing the girls go out in mom blouses and long skirts with their purse straps over their shoulders took me back in such a cringy way. Like they were so authentically like late 70s, early 80s.
They really were.
You know, the long 70s, as they call it, like the 70s really kept going until about 1983.
Sure. I kind of feel like that's the way with any kind of like
decade
fashions kind of, because like they haven't figured out what the 70s or the 80s are yet. So it's always going to be a bit of a hangover into the early years of whatever the next one is. So yeah, it is just gas that they just go out for their dates looking like mams.
We got some logging competition information from PDX. Katie did.
Oh, where was this? Oh, yes. Wait. Sorry, am I looking at the wrong?
No, she said as Pi Beta Alpha self-appointed resident Oregonian.
Yes.
Yeah. She didn't know the movie was filmed here, let alone based on a true story. In my defense, I was a toddler in the early 80s. Fair.
Fair.
But I'm also sorry to report that moose are rare here and there aren't any where the story takes place. That feels like someone going, why would someone move to Oregon? Moose scientist. That works. Now, in fairness, we possibly explained that badly because
true.
He was not actually studying moose in Oregon.
No, he was a moose hunter who was also a psychologist or something. So he was coming down to Oregon for teaching or a master's or something like that.
He joked about being a moose psychologist.
That's true. He was trolling reporters in a very dad humor, wonderful way.
Yes. But she did say logging competitions are a real thing because logging is a big industry and has a long history here. So maybe all Oregonians know how to dance on a log.
You know, if this podcast is nothing if not a cultural exchange. So always good to know about what you Oregonians are up to if it does indeed involve climbing logs and dancing on logs and spinning logs and various activities with logs.
I mean, a lot of my, growing up, my knowledge of Oregon came solely from the Ramona books, like the Ramona Quimby books by Beverly Cleary, which were set in Portland, which is how I know about the American school system in all the grades, because I loved the Ramona books so much. But yeah, Ramona did not take part in any logging competitions that I remember.
Well, that's fair.
Newsom Nehan said, this movie was on TV like every other week when I was a kid. Between this and her bad girl mode and girls just want to have fun, and the bitchy princess and the princess and the frog, Helen Hunt had some range.
Oh my God, fantastic. Yeah, this is good to know about this girls just want to have fun movie, and also whenever it is that she takes angel dust and jumps out a window. Let's store these away for some future PDA movie night recommendations.
Fury Girl did play American football in high school, invited by the coach, and she had local coverage in on the news. So we have a real life. Now, she wasn't a quarterback, but we have a real life pioneering football player in our midst.
So she was the kicker, which again, very important role to play on a football team. And actually played matches. So love that. Yeah, her teammates couldn't have cared less, nor could most teams or parents. Apparently some opponents in the first game, they would seek me out to tell me they thought it was cool. Oh, only one team heckled me and my team was pissed. So love that the team had your back and people were sound about it. And, it wasn't a big deal because, why should it be? Girls can play sports.
Very quarterback princess.
Love that.
Well, PBA siblings, thank you for joining us on this first Caitlin Odyssey. If I could put in a little bit of self-promotion, I have found out that my book is going to be properly distributed in Australia and New Zealand. So Australian PBA and Australia and New Zealand PBA listeners, if you would like to read it, you will not only have the option of the ebook, which was already going to be there. There will be actual physical books in your
amazing.
Not like a small print one to start off with, but definitely there. So with the option to reprint. So if you would like to buy it, please pre-order it from your local Australian retailer of choice. It should be in all their systems now, hopefully. Ooh. And it is coming out there on the 10th of June, just a few days after it comes out in Ireland and the UK.
Hooray!
So yes, I just can't not promote. I think my publishers would be appalled by me if I didn't take every opportunity to do it.
I think that's the right thing to do, and we will also talk about it on our next regular main feed episode too, I think, so we can get as many people as we can to pre-order that book. So get on it, guys. It's going to be fucking great.
Thank you very much. And thank you, Pi Beta Alpha siblings, for supporting us, supporting the show. We really appreciate it so much. And we're excited to take you on this next journey with the Clubhouse.
I can't wait to see what this bitch is going to do next.
I think we can guarantee it will be deranged.
Hooray!
Speaking of deranged, we will see you all back here in the main feed. I'm sort of confused now by what the hell we're doing. We'll see you just back here in whatever feed you're listening to. When we embark on the quest to reveal the Camp Killer. Get them all, Camp Killer.
Oh, please do. Just put them all out of their misery and us out of ours.
Look, we just really want to get to the vampires, all right? We're looking for that vampire summer. We're just treading water here with these stupid camp shenanigans.
It's true. I mean, surely Camp Killer will deliver something good. I mean, because nothing has happened so far. So let's really kick it up here, guys. Come on.
I'm not going to get my hopes up. I'm sorry.
No, I guess that's fair.
Well, we'll see you there for part 1 of Camp Killer, but we will see you back here in the Clubhouse in 2 weeks' time when Caitlin's schemes continue in part 2 of loving.
Oh boy.
See you then, everybody.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.
This show is part of the Head Stuff Podcast Network, a hub for the creative and the curious. Shows are produced in association with Head Stuff and the Podcast Studios Dublin. Find out more or become a member at headstuffpodcasts.com.